Happy Friday. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Friday. And here is a quick market update for you. Really hope that you learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. The first thing that I want to share with you is that at one point, markets were up a little bit over 0.5%. And again, this doesn't really come at much of a surprise because we talked about it yesterday. The past few weeks, not days, weeks, the markets have been trading as in QQQ and SPY within a very common resistance and support range. There's the oversold levels and overbought levels. Today, although the market tried to recover, it tried to recover based off of false hope. I'm sure a lot of you guys might have already seen the update. President Trump tells G7 leaders that Iran is about to surrender. But Trump, yesterday you commented and said this could take an additional 3 to 4 weeks. And then days before that you said the Iran war is pretty much complete. This is where I believe, again, his words are beginning to carry less weight when there's so much inconsistency. You let me know down in the comment section what you think. With that being said, it looks like markets had to drop. Because if you actually look at what's going on in the Middle East, things are not getting better, but most importantly, things are actually getting worse. So if things are getting worse, there's more fear getting injected into the market. And on top of that, oil prices are beginning to go back up. U.S. oil prices surge above $96 a barrel after President Trump says that the Iran war will end when I feel it in my bones. What does that even mean? I think this is where a gap of communication, of not just sharing every thought that comes to your mind, can be useful in the current position that we are with such a delicate overall market. Markets are trading at very elevated levels, and there is so much concern about not just our country economically, but things geopolitically. So when comments like this are said and there's uncertainty, markets sell off due to uncertainty because of these overvaluations. Now, don't get me wrong. Markets aren't crashing. We've said this over and over again. If you look at the larger time frames, markets have barely pulled back from all-time highs, especially NASDAQ and the S&P 500. They're still incredibly bullish long-term. But I think that the more that we consolidate here and the more uncertainty we are receiving from the president, the more likely we are to actually begin to see strong pullbacks or strong sell-offs like we saw early to mid last year during the trade war and the tariff war, where markets went from highs and saw a very quick retracement. Again, based off of the most recent update today from what we saw with the different economic reports being released, we got an update on the PCE report, which is the Federal Reserve's favorite measure of inflation. We also saw GDP report, and we also got JOLTS, which are job openings. I wanted to talk about the good news. This is good news. There was an expectation of 6.7 million jobs to be created in the month of January, and supposedly 6.9 million were actually created. The reason I say supposedly is that this has been a common discrepancy with job openings. Have you guys heard of all these revisions of, hey, we actually had to make an adjustment of hundreds of thousands of jobs that were not actually created, or millions of jobs that weren't actually created in 2025? JOLTS, or job openings, have been one of the most inconsistent reportings in recent months. And because of that, I don't know if the market is buying it because of the inconsistencies. And this is the part that is concerning to me. Now, again, to each their own. If you're incredibly bullish in the market long term and that's still your perspective, I respect that. We're all here for the same reason. We're all here to make money. Let's not overcomplicate it. With that being said, is if you think that markets are done selling off, you think that things in the Middle East are going to calm down, especially over the weekend, then maybe you do want to buy the dip, right? Because markets then can possibly recover and we're technically at an oversold range. But if you are uncertain, if you think things are still possibly getting worse in the Middle East, then maybe we want to be careful with aggressively buying the dip. Two big things for beginners. If you choose to buy the dip, just don't do it with leverage. Second, understand that there could be more downside before we actually begin to recover. So make sure your position size management is something you take into consideration, that you don't just buy the dip with everything, but that you have cash on the sidelines, that if we go lower or we just begin to go and actually sell off, that you can actually tolerate the time that it might take for markets to recover. For those that prefer to short, I want to remind you to be careful. You guys know here personally that I do enjoy shorting. But like we talked about it, there's overbought levels and oversold levels based off of recent timeframes. And again, this goes back to even the start of February. This is a very common support range, at least for all of 2026 so far. So we're at an oversold range, but it's not that it can't go lower. It's that it normally doesn't hold much lower because Trump sends out a tweet that causes a V-shaped recovery. So just understand we are kind of on the oversold side. So when it comes down to risk to reward ratios, the risk of shorting becomes greater at oversold levels because the risk of a recovery is more likely. That's all I wanted to share with you. Other than that, we have a series of reports that we'll be talking about next week, but I don't want to bore you with that. We'll talk about that with our LPP team. Again, friendly reminder, do you need LPP to watch me trade live and to learn how to trade? Of course not. You can learn everything about the stock market on your own. But if you're a beginner and you learn best with structure and by watching other people do, then that's exactly what LPP is designed for. You get access to the A to Z video lesson library. You get access to our daily live trading session. And then you also get access to our private group chat. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And we have members that signed up back in 2018 that still have access to it today. If you want to learn more about it to see if it's a good fit for you, second link in the description of this video, you can check it out. And again, you can sign up right now and start watching me trade live as soon as Monday, especially with a lot of news being released. If you feel lost in this market full of chaos, I have gotten the feedback, especially within our live sessions, that you just feel more in tune, less stressed and less irrational. And I think that's very important in a market full of greed. So again, I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.